So as expected, Biden is going to cancel $10,000 for all federal student debts up to joint filers earning $250,000. That includes, by the White House's own admission, basically all but the top 5%. The big addition to that is the Pell Grant recipients who have student loans that will get up to $20,000 in debt canceled. Now, here's what I love. I feel sorry for the president once in a while because, he's I don't know, he thinks he's Robin Hood or he's a socialist. I don't know, but he doesn't even get the redistribution of wealth right. His plan to cancel $10,000 in student debt for anybody who earns up to $125,000 a year is possibly the largest single transfer from poor to rich people in American history. Researchers at the University of Chicago have determined that President Biden's plan will shift an estimated $192 billion in earned income to the top 20% of wage earners. Just $29 billion will go to the bottom 20%. That's insanity. The cost to you will be $427 billion. To put that into perspective, just this loan forgiveness is more than the gross national domestic product of Hong Kong and 182 other countries. If you like social programs, great. This one is 36 times greater than the federal government spent on Head Start in 2022. If you support defense spending, great. This is 2.5 times larger than the entire budget of the U.S. Army in 2022. By the way, this doesn't include the non-cancellation elements of the Biden announcement, including proposals to significantly cut many borrowers' monthly payments by more, generous loan forgiveness in the future. That's just today. So people who go to college, especially those who get degrees, and that's where most of the loan is sitting, in grad school. Okay? They typically make $1.2 to $3.1 million more than those who don't get a degree over a lifetime. Job security because they have a degree. So why are the little people helping out those people? By the way, grossly unconstitutional. Congress, not the president, has the spending power, but that hasn't mattered for how long? Experts, including former Obama administration attorney Charles Rose, has argued that Biden lacks the authority. Nancy Pelosi has said the same thing. Even the Department of Education said, Biden doesn't, I'm quoting, Biden doesn't have the statutory authority to cancel, compromise, discharge, or forgive on a blanket or mass basis, principal balance of student loans and or to materially modify the repayment amounts of terms thereof.
Pelosi's now reversed herself on this.
Oh, you got to be kidding.
She's like, oh, no, it's a bold plan.
Oh, my gosh.
The Department of Education is now, they're citing that as specifically as having this authority, even though they themselves have said they don't have it.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Okay, so what happens when we pour roughly another $500 billion into the economy? This is gasoline on the inflationary fire. It's already burning out of control. By Jason Furman, the Harvard economist and former advisor to Obama, he said the bill will increase inflation by 0.2% or 0.3%, and that is likely underestimated. The knowledge that a president can unilaterally reduce student loan balances will cause debtors to upwardly revise their view of their own future income encouraging more spending. In fact, please play the cut we just played from Elizabeth Warren. Here's what she said yesterday.
Ultimately, what the data show us is that because of student loan debt, there are many people who don't move out of their mama's basement, who can't save up money to buy a home, who don't start small businesses, who don't start a family. You relieve the debt burden some for those people, and we have more economic activity. In other words, canceling student loan debt is good for the people whose debt is canceled, but it is also good for our economy and the rest of America.
How? We don't want more spending. That's why the Federal Reserve is raising interest rates, to make people stop spending money. The idea of inflation, to fight inflation, you've got to get the average Joe to stop spending. Have you ever heard, we got to slow this economy down, it's overheating? What does that mean? That means they're going to penalize you through taxes and higher interest rates to get you to stop spending money. These people are they are criminally insane, or they are just criminals. What they're doing to this country is criminal. By the way, it's not debt forgiveness, it's debt transfer. We'll get into that later. Here we are, living where food prices are the most since 1974. Rents are soaring. The median rent payment for Bank of America customers, they're paying 7.4% in July, more than last July. How's your energy bill? How is that air conditioning bill? Do you know that 1 in every 6 Americans are behind in their energy bill to the point of being cut off? 1 in 6 Americans owe around $800 that they just can't pay. Energy's through the roof. And what are these people doing? What are they doing? Biden, he's shutting down our mines while sending our money to Canada to their mines. I mean, this is taxing us. Oh, nobody's going to. Well, the average person is going to have to pay now $2,000. Just for this, the average American has to pony up $2,000. Okay, where are we going to get that? Where are you going to get that?
It makes perfect sense, though, right? Everyone ponies up $2,000 to pay 20% of the population $10,000. Right, like that's just a transfer of wealth.
That's all it is.
If you are not a recipient here, you're going to lose badly. And if you are a recipient here, it'll feel good for a short period of time, and it'll screw with the economy so badly that you will wind up losing all these benefits anyway. That's what happened with inflation. They gave all these trillions of dollars away during COVID, and then all of it got wiped out by inflation within a couple of years. How about deficit reduction? We just passed this Inflation Reduction Act, which one of the main selling points for it was going to reduce the budget deficit or debt by $300 billion over 10 years. In 8 days, they spent all of that money plus another 70% in 8 days.
By the way, they think that this is going to, because we'll be in even more problems with the loan situation. By 2025, they're expecting another one of $1.6 billion. No, sorry, $1.6 trillion.
We don't comment on bills that are worth 1.6. We just gave $3 billion to Ukraine yesterday.
Yeah.
We didn't even comment on it.
This is crazy. This is absolutely, listen to me. Please. Everything we've talked about over the years, it's happening. It's all happening. And you have got to understand that things can go awry. All we're waiting for is an event. I mean, think of this. Think of we get into a real energy situation, which we could this winter. We get into a situation where people cannot afford to heat their house. We're going to have another bailout. But that's just putting a Band-Aid on the problem. In fact, it's re-injuring another part of your body. It will only make things worse. And what are they doing? They're getting rid of all of our energy. And they're saying this is a good thing for us. It is not a good thing. These people have got to be stopped. We have got to get out and vote. If we could possibly win the Senate, I don't know how that's going to happen, but if we could possibly win the Senate, that's the best thing that could happen to us. But we have to win the House. Have to. This stuff has got to stop. And the Republicans aren't going to be able to do anything except stop it. But if they don't stop it in its tracks, if we don't, this is insanity. Insanity. You're going to have blackouts. Imagine having blackouts throughout the country. That means you can't pump gas. That means your bank is not going to be working. How long do you think? Remember Katrina? You've got 72 hours. 72 hours if people don't think that something's going to happen, that good guys are coming. You've got 72 hours of safety before the bad guys start to go, oh, there's nobody coming. This is going to go on for a while. It's not good. By the way, this is exactly what we said would happen in 2009. You know why we're in this situation? Because Barack Obama insisted on putting and taking all loans onto the federal system in 2009. He said, no, banks shouldn't be involved in that. We're going to take that on ourselves. And we told you at that time, man, stop listening to people that have lied to you or who have just been so dramatically wrong. It was more important for them to score points and say, oh, what an idiot he is. What an idiot. What a conspiracy theorist. I don't care what their motivation is, but just recognize who has been telling you what's really going on. Do not dismiss these warnings, please. We told you in 2009, this is what's going to happen. No, that's crazy. Look, here's the one thing that you really need to know. Socialism and Marxism has collapsed this country. We are not the America we have been before. We are not a constitutional republic. It has to be restored. It has to be restored. It has to be saved, even if it is in the hearts of her people. It has to be saved. It has to be preserved. Biden, if he's a socialist, man, he's the worst socialist ever. He's robbing the poor to pay the rich. That doesn't make you Robin Hood, man. That makes you the sheriff of Nottingham. You're not Robin Hood. They try to make it always look like, we're Robin Hood. This is what we are. But when you're the king and you have an army or a bunch of sheriffs that come to the doors of the common man, demand taxes, and it all goes to the rich and connected, you can't claim to be the good guy. You're the reason Robin Hood existed. He was fighting you.